So in this video, we're going to do a quick little introduction to probing on sales calls. If you've never heard of it, if you don't know what it is, why it's important, that's what we're going to quickly cover in this video. Jumping right into it, probing is simply asking follow-up questions so you can have a deeper understanding of what a prospect is going through. So you're a closer, you're going to do a little bit of this as an appointment setter, but it becomes really, really important when you're actually responsible for the close, when you're having the full, what's called discovery conversation. You're going to jump on, you're going to ask some initial questions. I like to call them surface level questions that you're going to then have to dig deeper to get to the bottom of, to have a full understanding. This might be, a question of, there's always a general question of like, why are they here? What are they looking for help with? If we're talking about an advertising company helping a business with marketing, you might ask them, what are you struggling with when it comes to marketing? That's the surface level. That's the initial question. And then the probing questions come after that, which are getting a full understanding of what they're currently doing with their marketing, what the pitfalls are, what's the results they're getting, how long have they been doing that for, what effects has that been having on the business, positive effects, negative effects, getting a full understanding of everything that's going on, a clear picture so that we can help them make proper, accurate, data-driven decisions on exactly what is going on. I like to call it probing deep instead of wide. I want to know a lot about a few things. I want to know everything about what their problem is. But some people, where they struggle is they learn a little bit about a lot of different topics. They're asking a bunch of random questions because maybe they just have a list of questions they want to get through. And instead of probing deep into that one problem they mentioned, they want to ask about every little thing that was maybe either mentioned or every little thing that they have on their agenda to get through, instead of actually listening and being present with the prospect. So as for what probing is, it's simply asking follow-up questions to have a deeper, better understanding of what it is that prospect is either struggling with, or if you're talking about their goals and where they're trying to get to, that's what we're asking about. Now, as I was saying before, it's important because it allows you to provide very, very accurate, detailed solutions. The responses to these probing questions are going to be what helps you formulate your pitch and formulate it in a way that allows the prospect to feel like this is exactly what they need. So when I'm asking my probing questions, part of what I'm also doing is I'm picking up on words they're using, picking up on language, picking up on terminology, so that I can start to swap out some of my own terminology in my pitch with the words they like to use. Therefore, the message I'm trying to get across, the value that I'm trying to pitch, makes a lot more sense to them because that's the words they would use. For example, if I'm selling coaching and someone is talking about wanting to hire a coach, wanting to have support, and they use language like, I want a support coach who's going to be with me every step of the way. And let's say that's their terminology, but my terminology would be, let's say, I like to say, we'll give you one-on-one support, one-on-one tailored advice. If that's the way I present it, yeah, they'll understand what I'm trying to say, but it's just not going to hit the exact same way. It's not going to be like, oh, this is exactly what I need. This is exactly what I look for, because they're not looking for one-on-one support. They're looking for someone that's going to be with them at like every step of the way. I think that's what I said. If that's what I said, that's what they said, right? So instead of in my pitch saying, cool, part of how we're going to help you is we're going to give you one-on-one, I'm going to actually change my words to, part of what we're going to give you is, step by step, a support coach there to help you every step of the way, right? Whatever it is they said, I'm going to swap it out and plug it in. Hopefully I'm making sense. Hopefully you guys understand what I mean by that. And that's one really powerful thing of why you want to probe and listen and listen for their terminology and ask them what type of support they need in these other questions. But that's another video, getting a little bit off topic there. But it allows you essentially to provide accurate solutions that's very tailored and very custom and exactly what it is they feel like, exactly what they need to get results. It also allows you to do this without making assumptions. Too many sales reps hear something that the prospect says, they assume the rest, and then they go from there and they're pitching based off assumptions. They hear that they're struggling with marketing, and then they assume all the rest without probing into why they're struggling with marketing, what type of marketing they're currently doing. What does struggling with marketing actually mean to them? What does that look like? Like, what kind of results were they expecting versus the ones that they're getting? And without that information, you could be pitching to a made up problem in your head. So you never want to assume, assuming is the death of all sales. So and then the thing about assuming as well is when you're wrong, you kill massive trust with the prospect. They're not going to trust an expert that makes wrong assumptions about them. Why would they spend thousands of dollars on something like that? And if you're right in your assumptions, it also has negative effects, because then you rob the prospect of being able to vocalize their problem, which builds tension and gives them more reason to actually want to move away from that problem and get the solution. That's something I've talked about in other videos, and I'll probably talk about it in another video separate from this one as well. But essentially, you want them to vocalize every single problem because it builds time under tension. And when that tension builds, them wanting to do something about it becomes way more likely. And that comes through them continuously vocalizing their problems, because the more they vocalize it, the more they think about it, the more they feel like, man, I really need to get out of this. Right. So you don't want to assume and rob that opportunity by, instead of them vocalizing the problem, they just say, oh, yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's that. There's just not as much weight, not as much power in them just saying yes. And lastly, I kind of mentioned it already, but trust is built massively when a prospect feels like you have a full understanding of their current situation. If they don't feel like you know everything, then the solution that you provide loses weight. If they know in their mind there's things they haven't said, things they're holding back, things they haven't told you about their current situation, even if you in your mind know because you've dealt with so many prospects just like them, so you kind of have an understanding of what they're going through, even if you do understand them, if they don't think you do, if they don't feel you do, if they don't know that, hey, I've vocalized everything to this person and they're giving me advice with full context, then there's going to be less trust, more objections, less closes. So that's pretty much what probing is on sales calls. Probing is super, super important. You have to get really good at it. It is the backbone of your entire discovery. If you're good at asking solid questions, you'll have great discoveries. You'll build more trust. You'll have way less objections. You'll close more deals. It is an imperative skill. I'll make more videos kind of getting into how to go about this in terms of what my ideology is when it comes to it, how I go about it. But that's it for now. Just wanted to give you a little introduction to what it is. Hopefully this was helpful. See you guys in the next one.